all the money.
Alright guys, and we're back live. Hopefully we fixed the problem we had going on with the echoing. Changed a lot of settings, I figured it out. So let's get going. What we're talking about before we took the break.
The Fourth Reich.
Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
We were at the deal that was done in the hallway while he was transporting weapons. He apparently had one like rifle in each arm, and they were making an arms deal in the hallway. What was it?
Well, like, my theory is that he's like an arms dealer of some sort. Pretty much, like, he found out they were gonna bust him, so he just decided to waste a bunch of people.
Damn.
Because, like, basically the story from the security guard doesn't make any sense because it makes it sound like there's more than one shooter also.
I'm gonna play the audio from the missing security guard.
What makes you think? Oh, okay, play it. Yeah.
Has mysteriously vanished.
There we go.
Mandalay Bay security guard shot during the Las Vegas massacre has mysteriously vanished. A union president claiming Jesus Campos has not been seen since he supposedly went to a health clinic last week just before he was scheduled to be interviewed. However, healthcare officials in Las Vegas deny that they've ever treated him. Nobody knows what's going on here. It's very bizarre. Police say he was shot minutes before 58 festival goers were killed after trying to confront the shooter on the 32nd floor, and now nobody can find him. So we'll see what.
Dang. So like even the medics are declining the fact that they took care of him, even though they have paperwork. Like, what?
He was in him.
Also, at the same time that was airing on TV, Snopes is like, nope, this isn't real. He's not missing.
Well, I mean, we found out what the people who own Snopes, and you did mention it on the last podcast. You were like, it's a Jewish couple with a cat, and what do you know?
I mean, basically, like, fuck them.
Wait, I'm trying. Where's that picture that you posted?
It's memes.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, they are a meme. Like,
They look exactly like the people who would own Snopes, like if you didn't know.
dude, for real.
Hold
Are
on.
we gonna trust those motherfuckers with everything?
I never even looked at that website.
This is them guys.
Look how fat that cat is. Like,
Jesus.
what do they see?
And that guy's smiling like, I don't know, and that chick's teeth is so yellow, like her teeth are like, oh man.
And you gotta wonder why he's not opening his mouth and showing his teeth when he's.
It's, you can tell he's practiced that
It's
smile.
this gum.
He's definitely
It's the
practiced that
fakest
smile.
fucking smile I've ever seen. That guy's brow isn't smiling at all.
He's like, I don't have my teeth in.
Shit. Probably has them.
Oh,
Gentlemen, so.
I want to be part of Snopes. Oh man.
Probably
Get to like work in their attic.
You gotta be weird looking and have a fat cat.
Yo, but what about this Seth Rogen thing?
What about the Seth Rogen thing? I don't know.
anything about it.
Yeah, I have no clue what the Seth Rogen situation is. Apparently you brought it up, so you.
Well, I just saw one of the pictures. Let me see who posted.
Because
Yeah, you posted it, JP. It's the picture about like this girl that says Seth Rogen was like isolated her at a party and was trying to grow up his breasts. She was like, "That's really rich, Seth. Remember when I told you to stop grabbing at my breasts and you laughed and kept doing it? I do, asshole." And there's like 5 more like shit like that where like she's just calling him out for being like a rapist and shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those, man. That one, he's just one of many. Like, there's another one with like Dan Schneider.
And they were 17. Like this girl with Seth Rogen was 17, and like this Jerry Seinfeld so,
Oh
was
yeah,
dating.
the Jerry Seinfeld one. Yeah, I forgot where I found that one.
Is that true?
Yeah, dude, he just like went out and he's like, hey, I want to fuck this 17-year-old. And everybody's like, all right.
Nobody gave a shit. They were just like, alright, cool.
Yeah, pretty much. They were like, he's Seinfeld.
Well, 17 is legal. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
With parent consent, and only in certain states.
Her parents were like, yes, please do have sex with her.
Yes.
Like, oh. Like, dude, get knocked up by her.
You know, like you can't tell your daughter he can't.
just
can't, like,
pay his way out of a rape.
Justin, or Mr. Fussy
Like, think
Slippers,
about it,
your
if
mic
you
sounds
were-
slow.
Sorry.
Yeah, you sound like you're whispering from a little bit.
Like if you were a dad, wouldn't you like to say like my daughter dated like insert favorite famous person here?
Well, no.
Yeah, my
Date it would be another thing.
Staying a virgin till she dies, bro. She ain't dating shit.
Exactly.
She's fucking human, dude. Like she's either
Imagine.
gonna. She's,
I probably, man.
dude, the like freakiest girls always come from the most jealous dads.
The most, yeah. That's how everything happened. The worst
it's
kids
like
come from
I
the most.
attempted
You have attempted what, Aaron?
I attempted to sue Jerry Seinfeld.
How did that get? Dude, I do want to hear about that.
Yeah, well, he raped my 17-year-old daughter, and I ended up paying him $5,000.
That's how it works,
That
dude.
worked out well.
Yeah.
What, going back on the whole cops knowing, back on the track of conspiracy behind this Vegas shooting, you were saying about them, the FBI knowing something already, or from that video that you sent me?
Yeah, like they probably already knew about like the dude who shot all those dudes, like the Paddock guy. They probably already knew about him, especially if he was an arms dealer and they were trying to set him up or trying to set somebody else up. Like they probably were well aware of him.
Here, let me play this that audio from the FBI. What's behind the bombing?
Last winter, the FBI was praised for its speed in cracking the case of the World Trade Center bombing and bringing 4 suspects to trial. Now, there is some evidence that the FBI may have known of the plot in advance through an informant and might even have stopped the bombing that killed 6 people.
Wait, so he just said they knew about a bombing and it could have stopped?
Yeah, this is this is a different story.
No, I know. This is a different story from the way back, but
Yeah, this is just an example of like them fucking up in the past, pretty much. Like they've
Jacqueline
done
Adams
this
has the
before.
Last winter, the FBI was praised for its speed in cracking the case of the World Trade Center bombing and bringing 4 suspects.
it's speed cracking the case. Like, I just love how there's like they were awarded by speed cracking this case. Come on. Let's see a little bit further up.
February's deadly explosion at New York's World Trade Center. They discussed secretly substituting harmless powder for the explosives, but they didn't, according to the FBI's own.
So they were gonna substitute. So this
They
is
just let him in with a bunch of bombs.
They're like, fill these bombs with this dirt, all right? It's gonna blow up, and then you know, the thing will go just how you want it to go. They're just trusting these guys to do that, and they're like, okay. Blow some shit up, and the FBI's like, oh shit.
it happened. Let's stop it real quick since we're already here.
They're like, what do you guys? Oh, we weren't really sure how this happened.
We didn't think they
didn't
would
think you'd
actually
go through
blow it up.
Yeah, we didn't think it was serious, even though it was the
Informant
one-
Imad Salem. Unbeknownst to the FBI at the time, Salem recorded many of his conversations with his handlers.
I'm holding 903 pages of draft transcripts.
William Kunzler represents Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and several
993 pages of what? Transcripts of like the whole.
Probably conversations as a dude
conversation,
who made the bomb in the FBI.
He
others
would
charged
bug
with
the
conspiring to
What?
He bugged the
Blowing a
FBI.
series of New York
Wait, what?
He
City
bugged them.
landmarks for
You fucking cunt.
Oh, with that again.
It said your mom.
I should have like a funny.
That video I linked on Facebook where it was like every internet conversation.
No, I haven't.
People
Oh,
just start yelling across the street. I'll be back.
I'll be back. He just leaves.
Aw.
Alright, I'm gonna finish playing this real
months
quick.
after the World Trade Center bombing. That case has not yet gone to trial. Kunstler confirmed newspaper reports of the Salem transcripts.
It hasn't gone to trial yet, so they just like let that shit happen, and they were like, oh well, they just sweep it under the rug.
Well, yeah, because who's going to prosecute them? It's the FBI. It's like, oh, we investigated ourselves. We're not responsible.
We're not responsible.
That's how it always goes.
Bring in the internal affairs guys.
Yeah, when the internal affairs guys are like coaching the fucking other FBI guys, like, hey, this is what you gotta say.
Yeah, exactly.
That brings to that whole the CIA or just what is POTUS?
President of the United States.
Or just President of the United States, Trump to delay release of 3,000 never before seen documents on assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, that's supposed to be on like the 26th or something. So
Oh, that's
the JFK files are gonna be able to be declassified on like the 26th.
By us
Don't want that to
civilians.
happen.
They're gonna be so heavily redacted, dude.
Well,
Everything's gonna be
that-
black.
And you know why I bet you they don't want them released? This also plays into the Vegas shooter shit. More or less because probably it's going to have something about the FBI or the CIA knowing about fucking Oswald. Or like coordinating with him, and it's going to be like, it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Fourth Reich. Coming.
But it doesn't take much to piss a lot of people off.
Out of all the conspiracies out there that they say that happened, like the magic bullet, the trajectory, fucking whatever, like the bullet, you know how they call it the magic bullet because it swerved at a certain angle, killing the fucking driver and or he killed 3 people with 1 bullet.
I think he hit 3 people.
Like the bullet swerved and everything, like.
I mean, it could have ricocheted in someone's head and shifted a bit and still been enough to kill the next person. Like, you'd have to see what the wound damage was on the person behind him and, like, I don't know.
Look at what fucking happened to Kennedy's head. I mean, one of those is like, blow a good chunk of your head away. Like, it'll definitely go through you and hit other people.
Yeah.
Especially with the caliber that was shot.
You're not wearing a helmet, you know? You're just naked to it. Like, most of those wounds are always, like, past the helmet or, like...
Oh, I got something funny to play for you guys. I hope.
Any more OG, we wish it were written.
Oh, what?
The Mandalay.
Yeah, dang.
Couldn't have been written.
Just turn the video.
What? Hold up. Man.
All right, one more time.
This video I found that was really, really hilarious about, here Trump gets laugh about talking about aliens. And it's just pretty much a joke. Like, people are just like laughing at him while he's like talking about this whole alien situation. Hold up, I'll have it here, guys, for you guys in 1 second. Let me just finish downloading it, re-downloading it, because apparently it didn't download correctly the first time, so I have to. But you guys bring up the next topic while I do this really quick.
Wait, is there like a Bloomberg post?
Oh, so like, this is another part of like the Vegas shooter conspiracy. So like, right after the shooting thing happened, somebody came on 4chan and like posted this whole thing listening stock of OSI Systems because that company is going to merge with this other security company, and those guys basically make all the security machines for airports. Pretty much anywhere you need security.
So it is linked to the list on the bottom under it. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so basically them and like the Chertoff group are supposed to merge, and then their stock's just going to blow up, and it's already been going up since the thing happened.
Is that what the anonymous message was about?
Yeah. And
But that wasn't anonymous. Wouldn't have said that. The like.
no,
I know,
it's some
like-
random person, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that thing doesn't even exist. I think it
so
was
far
like,
they're right.
I think everybody from Anonymous is already gone.
but anyone with a financial degree could have told you the same.
But I mean, it's still pretty
Couldn't have been
specific to
written.
the company.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for this?
What's up?
Couldn't have been written any more precise. It's not like, oh, gee, we wish it were written better. It's written beautifully. So just listen. Here's what it says. This is what they're arguing. Whenever the president finds that the entry of any alien, the entry
Thomas,
What?
any alien,
put Toki on always
or
open
of
mic.
any class of alien,
He is.
of any aliens, any class of alien, into the United States.
No,
So
he
the
only
entry-
sounds when Trump talks.
Let me see.
He's on voice activation.
What about now?
So just
Oh, wait.
listen. Here's what it says. This is what they're arguing. Whenever the president finds that the entry of any aliens, okay, the entry of any aliens, or of any class of aliens, so any aliens, any class of aliens, into the United States. So the entry of people into the United States. Let's say the United States, of aliens into the United States. So anytime, whenever the president finds that the entry of any alien or any class of aliens into the United States would be detrimental to the interests of the United States, right? So if I find as president that a person or group of people will be detrimental to the interests of the United States, and certainly there's lots of examples.
Yeah, you.
Your
Oh, man.
wife.
Fucking Trump.
Well, she's made a career or something. Did you see that picture where she supposedly had like a stand-in or some shit? That was like one of the conspiracy pictures I think I saw up here, where like she didn't show up. Like it wasn't actually her. It was like a model that looked like her in big ass sunglasses.
What are you
What?
talking about?
Trump's
Let me
wife.
see if I can find the picture.
Yeah, apparently Trump's wife wasn't like
Oh, it's like
president.
a double?
Yeah, it's like a double.
Yeah, she had a double. Wait, look at this fucking picture. Oh, the video's good.
No, man. We got a lot of topics to discuss throughout this whole podcast.
Let's see.
Especially when we start getting more into the paranormal stuff, like the aliens, and
Ooh.
that's what I'm like waiting for, man. I'm not very huge into like conspiracy about politics and stuff like that, because, I mean, we all know the government's crooked. We all know
It's all
we're.
tied down, man.
Yeah, exactly. We're.
If you start going into conspiracy, they end up being sort of tied down. It's like everything's for something similar or something.
It's all the government's fault. It's like everything was the government's fault.
It's all government and aliens, okay?
Hey, let me just ask like a yes or no question. You don't have to go into it anymore. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Yes.
I don't doubt the possibility of it, but
There linked a
it's
video on
interesting.
the podcast topics. Is that Melania Trump, Thomas?
Let's see, guys.
I
Do
don't
you guys
know.
think that's
Kinda
Milan?
looks like a guy.
It is Bruce Jenner.
Emily's definitely a stand-in.
There's a
Yeah,
video though.
that's
Look at the video. You can see her like expressions change because she looks like an old woman in the picture frame they took at the yes. That's
My
Maybe your plastic surgery is cool.
yeah, she started to like fucking.
no, but like look at a picture of her like that was taken say a week before this. Then you know.
Alright, I'm gonna play this really quick.
You put it in the cassette.
What it's going to do is it's going to be time to negotiate
Like,
health care that's going to
Most
be
of
good
the
for
people on
everybody.
YouTube are like,
That
"What is a
money is a
cassette?"
subsidy for insurance companies. Take a look at their stocks. Look where they are. They're going through the roof.
I wish I had like a
Well,
badass boombox like from the old days, dude. They're so expensive now.
It's funny. I was messing with the guy at work. I was like, you know, because he was asking me like, "Oh, I got this new DVD," and I was like, "Damn, you know, you're old when you start talking about DVDs." And he was like, he looked at me all like, "What?" Because you know he's like in his 50s and shit. I was just like, "What's the DVD, bro?" Like, although when I was working at the electronics department, people would walk up to me. Yeah, like the old ladies. I'm trying to find a VHS player to play my old cassette. And I'm like, ma'am,
You're gonna have to go out that door and then step into the 90s.
like, go back a little 10 years.
The street.
That's a form of time travel, apparently.
Tell her to go to Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
usually have VHS.
Secondhand thing. Pawn shop maybe.
Dude, I remember those good old TVs that they were like a TV with a VHS player, and it was like, you know, an 18-inch TV, but it had like a VHS under it, so it's like it was all in one. Dude, I used to love that TV, man. They got me through everything.
Yeah.
So, watching this video made me think about this this funny thing I saw that apparently, you know how there's like all these reptilians among us.
No, that's been around for a while though.
Yeah, so this brand new one just popped up about Justin Bieber being a reptilian. Oh, yeah.
That is 100% all factual.
No, I gotta it is funny, man. Like, I tried to watch, I tried looking all into it, and apparently the story goes that some news source in Australia, he was doing a concert up in Australia, goes, he was at the airport leaving Australia, and then all of a sudden he wasn't careful when he decided to shapeshift or whatever. So he shapeshifted right in the middle of like hundreds and hundreds of fans and everything. And apparently there was like girls crying in the bathroom, people running to the exits and shit, freaking out, like jumping on top.
Where are the millions of phones that would have taken?
No, apparently,
Phones that were raised already taking video.
So they do that.
After him to try and catch him at that.
Me too, like.
So apparently, like one of this like interviews with one of the people that they saw was like, yeah, no, we were like watching. So as soon as we pulled our phones out, the security guard was like, "Put your phone down. I'm gonna kick your teeth in."
It's like some Australian poachers like waiting for him with like 50 cows and shit.
For a concert amount of people, not just like you need an army, not security of any kind. Not even the contracting company would have enough really control this stadium like to that degree.
they have so many different like videos trying to prove that.
Australia.
That's insane.
According to
Basic
hundreds of witnesses.
reasons should have stopped those people from uploading that shit.
It's the only way to find out is to get a net gun.
No, the only way to find out is to go to Snopes. And
What about those sightings of aliens?
wait, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Those are some pretty good fake videos.
Dude, I don't think some of those are fake, dude, to be honest. Like,
Which one? The one by the grave, huh?
the one by the graves, I think that was real. The one with the alien, like on the roof,
Yeah,
that
that's
huge.
The other one too. I was
Like, whoa, that gave me the creeps, dude. I was like,
yeah.
whoa, like.
It was like really like his neck muscles moved. Like that was.
And the way he froze still,
thing.
and the way it froze still looking at him, like that was like a sense of like, you know, when you stare at something you don't know, you're both gonna have like a couple seconds to stare off, and you're gonna.
It actually had its own mannerisms that I haven't seen before in an animal. You know, like it stared weird, like.
And he moved like so creepily over the roof, like oh.
Acting or CGI.
Dude,
It was,
I don't
is that
think
being
so,
real?
man.
That's the thing.
No, man. I think a lot of the shit, it's very unaccounted for just because it's on the internet, and they think just like because it got to the internet, the government's gonna take it down. But I don't think the government has that much control of the internet.
They don't. They can't. It's
Like, it's,
uncontrollable.
yeah,
It was
it's-
made to be uncontrollable. That's why Bitcoin ended up existing. Yeah,
Like,
that's another conspiracy thing.
like holy shit! Like they thought they were gonna control it, you know, and then it just became this network that nobody really has control over what gets on there. So many things have been leaked.
About the deep web, the dark net.
Oh,
I don't think the internet is controllable, man.
you guys ready to listen to this really quick?
Play it.
Hold up. Dang it. Why is it not playing? Damn.
That picture
Well-
that you posted kind of looks like
Justin
her
Bieber
double.
shapeshifted into a reptilian while greeting fans who had waited for him to
Can you guys hear
arrive at
that?
the airport, Australia. According
Yeah.
to hundreds of witnesses who took to social media and were interviewed by local press after the incident. One witness, interviewed by news outlet Perth Now, said that all hell broke loose in the airport after Justin Bieber shapeshifted in front of his fans. There were girls hiding in toilets, crying. Guys were running to the exits, jumping in taxis to get out of there. Perth Now briefly published an article about the incident on Sunday featuring multiple interviews with witnesses. However, within an hour of publication the article was taken down and scrubbed from the internet, but not before alert readers captured screenshots of the article and proof that it appeared on Google. Perth Now has not responded to questions about why they deleted the article from their website, or if they were acting under outside orders. It would not be the first time a news outlet or social media platform was forced to censor content relating to celebrity reptilian shape-shifting, with Twitter notorious for deleting tweets and user accounts whenever a famous figure is seen in reptilian form by members of the public.
Wait, I wanna listen to that again.
So
They
were
banned me on
actually
Twitter.
in the toilet,
Side
hiding
orders.
inside them?
It would not be the first time a news outlet or social media platform was forced to censor content relating to celebrity reptilian shape-shifting. Twitter notorious for deleting tweets and user accounts whenever a famous figure is seen in reptilian form by members of the public. The Perth Now article quoted witnesses that saw Bieber with eyes with a black stripe down the middle and big scaly claws that were lashing out angrily. One traumatized fan with tickets for Bieber's upcoming concerts claimed she won't be going to any now. No way. Despite the removal
No
of
way.
the article
No
from the
way.
internet, the reptilian sightings continued the next morning, after Bieber left his $25,000 a night chairman's villa hotel room at Crown Towers and was spotted in camouflage shorts and white t-shirt at nearby Leaderville Skate Park. He was hanging around with this big guy, his bodyguard I guess, and we were just staring because he kept turning into a huge reptile, said a local skater. His bodyguard was pointing at us, shouting that he'd kick our teeth in if we didn't put our phones away. There were multiple accounts of seeing Bieber with greenish-brown claws, and one account claiming they saw him covered in turd-colored scales, while others claimed to have seen the sorry hitmaker in full female reptilian form. Really big, like way over 6 foot, slitty little reptile eyes, curves, and covered in scales.
Wow. Yeah, no.
That's totally accurate.
That's total makes sense. That's why he's the way he is.
How many like
he was at a skate park shapeshifting. What more do we need?
Like
how many hits of acid would each one of you need to trip something like that?
Shit, man. I could
I'd probably have a fucking heart attack with that much acid.
I wouldn't want to even like be that high.
Yeah.
That's some fucking what's that movie?
That's like back in high school days, dude. Like that was my goal back in the day. I want to see some fucking people turn into reptiles, man. Let's drop a shit ton of acid and shrooms and ecstasy.
You know,
like
my theory is these motherfuckers like did way too much acid back in the 70s and 60s. These like middle-aged men that are going crazy on this crisis right now. Like, and now they're just having huge fucking flashbacks of their trip, you know? Like
they just start shooting out of Vegas.
That wasn't even Bieber, bro. Like
there's that one that's like Miley Cyrus caught shape-shifting.
Oh no. She already looked like a lizard kind of.
I always like the videos where it's like it just shows up rich on the television and it's like just like it's
oh yeah.
or something.
Dude,
Yeah, right.
Dude, the Obama's bodyguard reptilian video. Have you guys ever seen that one?
No.
Oh man, it's I mean, and it's kind of crazy, but it's pretty cool. Like the whole like
reptiles guarding reptiles.
Did you hear the one about Obama's wife being a dude or something?
No, well, the whole there's a huge so there's a huge conspiracy about Obama, dude. Like a huge conspiracy about Obama that I'm sure you guys don't even know about. Have you guys heard of Project Pegasus?
No, I haven't heard that one.
By Andrew Basiago. So Andrew Basiago used to be a whistleblower. Hold on.
Dead?
What is he? What did he used to do? Like
he used to be a government person. So he came out because he couldn't, he didn't want to hide any more information from the citizens. So he went out and said that Obama's name is not really Obama. And all this shit, and that's like when people started questioning it, and then Obama came out clean saying that Obama is not his real name. His name is Barry Soetoro and all this shit, and he was raised in an island and all this stuff. And then he goes on saying that him and Obama used to go into this, they got recruited as children to work for the government in this Project Pegasus thing. And
yeah, we saw that at my place like 5 years ago, I remember.
Yeah, I was showing it to you, and apparently it was like time traveling, or like dimensional traveling project from the government. They were messing around with Tesla's and Einstein's theories, and they were like, experimenting with that. So they built a way to travel to Mars and all this stuff. So Barry and Andrew Basiago, or Obama.
What?
And his name is Andrew Basiago. Yeah, apparently Barry or Obama, they went to this crazy trips to Mars and all this like time traveling experiences and stuff, and then they chose him to stay in this timeline to become president and stuff like that. And when he became president, there's like this whole thing where they tried to find out if he went to college, to Harvard, all this stuff, and there's only one person that could have allegedly say that, hey, Obama was in Harvard and it was like
And it
a
was like his
assistant
school
teacher,
or
yeah,
something, like,
that knew him personally, but that was about it. Like nobody
his
else.
mentor, right? It
Yeah.
was like that took him under his wing and like made him turn back to like Muslim or whatever.
Yeah, that's when he
It was
became.
like the one that would read him the book, and like I think I remember reading about that. That apparently he wrote a book where he went back to his roots or whatever,
Hmm.
and then like people looked up his brother and like
It's crazy, dude. It's like apparently he was like a huge person that was working in the government as a time traveler, and we already have the experience, the technology to travel to Mars and all these extra planets and stuff like that, just because we've experienced with that with the whole it's called the Philadelphia experiment from the 1950 something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's like the MK Ultra stuff.
Yeah, the MK Ultra. Well, apparently they got the technology from that, and apparently they went over there and they started practicing opening portals with the electromagnetic
Isn't that what
currencies.
they were? Did you see that creepy CERN video that shouldn't have been released by CERN? That made no sense.
The ritual one or what?
The dance music video that
Yeah, where they're
they
dancing.
get outside the Hadron Collider, and it's like a fucking satanic dance and shit, and they're like opening portals in the video, and it's just really trippy. Like, you haven't seen that video?
It's nuts. It's crazy, dude.
You know what CERN
Did
is?
CERN
right?
actually release it?
Yeah, CERN published and created it. Like they used it as a presentation video, I think, for the
Mhm.
Hadron Collider.
And it was them doing the dance of death or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was crazy. Like it was so many crazy hidden
Let me find
heavenly.
that video. Y'all need to see that shit. Hold up.
It's a music video?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's bizarre. It gives you like chills thinking about what, like all the hidden messages in the video. It's like, whoa, CERN, what are you doing? For those who don't know, CERN is this. They have a Hadron Collider in what is it, Sweden? Switzerland. Yeah, they have like a huge Hadron Collider, and they fuck with laws of physics pretty much and try to create portals. And there's a lot of conspiracies going on about them. Like they're a huge conspiracy factor. I mean, they are breaking atoms apart, colliding them. You know what I mean? It's just something bad waiting to happen just from them. And HARP, or what is it? DARPA? DARPA 2. You guys don't know about DARPA?
Yes.
Man, DARPA is some.
Crazy stuff. They work on weapons for the government.
Yeah, exactly. There's a huge conspiracy that DARPA does have like a hidden agendas, and they have like all this crazy technology and.
Oh, they definitely have that.
That's all they do. Yeah. They hire people for they hire I think like third party people to do that, and if like they don't do what they like meet their standards at the end, like they tell them, oh, we'll try to do this, and if they don't like do it, well, they end up like kicking them out and shit. But yeah.
Well, I've seen just like the technology and like the intelligence communities, and like as far as like tracking and like reading like cell phones or tracking you or like doing any of that, dude. Like the government has whatever you can imagine. Like they can watch you wherever.
Dude, Project HARP by DARPA, like where they control the weather and stuff. They saying, me and JP were talking, or FIFA were talking about this a lot when the hurricanes were coming around, and especially when the hurricane that was gonna hit Florida, I believe. All the channels were playing the exact same accurate news and all this stuff. It was like bizarre. I don't know, FIFA, you're still here?
Yeah, I'm looking for the video, but you remember how easy it used to be to find, right?
Yeah.
Can't find it.
What were you saying about the hurricanes and the whole like? I remember you had something fishy going on about the hurricanes and like how.
Oh, that hurricane, like.
You're so focused on trying to find the video that you can't.
Okay, man. Let me find it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but
saying, like they have a big weather machine.
yeah, HARP.
It's scientific. Like it's not even impossible.
Yeah, and apparently they were like guiding. You know, I'm sure that they do have some control over the weather just to minimize damage to, you know, our state. That would totally make sense, right? I mean, they see like huge hurricanes starting to build up. Might as well try to deviate it by throwing electricity to this, you know, changing the currents of the air.
The clouds and shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, doing some crazy technology shit like they all. I mean, DARPA's just insane.
It used to be like a 5-minute video, right? Am I tripping?
No, let me see if I can find it. But that takes me to also the like, so, you know, they're doing this whole like, apparently they have the whole time travel thing, and I remember me, and we were talking about it the other day about the time traveling people that were coming in and exposing themselves.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, you know, I'm the time traveler from this year, and apparently there's like a lot of time travelers coming to Zera just to prevent World War III happening, because I think World War III is about to happen between. But I mean, they say that's gonna happen between 4 years. Like it could happen anywhere between now and 4 years from now. But that's a huge gap. Anything can happen in 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to see some more convincing time travel.
It's hard, dude. I mean, John Titor is like one of the originals.
I'd say he's the most convincing one I've ever known of.
Well, he was also like the first of his kind.
Yeah.
To admit he's a time traveler. But anybody with a knowledge of sci-fi and knowledge of science, you know, and stuff like that, would be able to come up with a theory on how my machine works and how I travel from dimension A to dimension B to dimension C. I'm trying to get back to dimension A by going to this, you know, like.
I found it. It's in the podcast now. The video is creepy as shit, and like CERN released it.
Alright, I'm gonna play it and nobody talk. That was
That was actually definitely two different videos. I've definitely seen the second half of that.
No, that's the full video.
that's a
Releasing it as a full video. That's why I had such a hard time finding it, because there's so much trash on top of it on YouTube. Like, that's the full thing.
that's what they released the first time.
I swear to God, I've seen the second half of that video.
It's just
like 10 years ago. Or not like 10 years ago, but like pretty fucking long ago.
Oh yeah, it is a short film. Yeah.
That's still pretty crazy. Like the first half though, like it's just like why would they even come up with something like that?
Yeah, the first part is still strange. Like
Yeah.
Which is weird, but
Like the whole dance thing, like
yeah, I don't know why they chose dance.
And then the human bodies, so like behind the Hadron Collider, like in that dance is the dance of destruction. Like it's, I think that's what they used the video to prove too. And they showed like a demon in the background trying to pull you into the smoke, and then they show the Hadron Collider and shit, and then they start with the. I don't know, that's really creepy for CERN to release something like that, you know.
CERN gives me the creeps every time I start like looking into CERN stuff, man. Like all the conspiracies behind CERN and like all the crap that they're doing to messing. So that goes with the whole Mandela effect. So apparently, I don't know if you guys heard of the Mandela effect. CERN is apparently like fucked with time, or like they're messing around with time to where like we're starting to remember things from our old timeline. But then when we start remembering it and we look him up as an adult, we're like, oh wait, it's different. But I could have sworn it was like this. You know what I mean? But apparently they're calling it the Mandela effect that caused by CERN due to his like them changing timelines. You know, it's like very slightly changing time, and us not really feeling the change, you know what I mean? But still being able to remember bits and pieces of the old timeline. Which is fucking crazy.
I don't know, I'd like to know if it does have an effect on that. Because I've heard of like, I'd have to really like dig for the videos in the future, but like, there's like people that like try and recreate certain schematics that Tesla has, like Nikola Tesla, that supposedly alter time, but only in like very small, moderate, like over a period of time. Like your nails would grow longer or something, like messing around with it.
Interesting. So only like certain parts would age faster than others, just.
Yeah, like it's a proximity thing. Like, close to it.
I heard that they have like this whole Tesla.
But can you do it in reverse, or is it just some radiation that's making you age faster physically? Like,
I mean, that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Just poisoning yourself?
It like, doesn't have to be poison. It
like
could just
time radiation.
It could be like crack on a like magnetic level.
I got this other guy that he says he was a time traveler. We were talking about that. You already heard this audio, Mr. Slipper. I don't know if they have yet, but let me play it and you guys be the judge on what he.
I haven't heard it.
I'm a time traveler. I've been both to the future and the past. And I'm choosing now to come clean about my story and explain why I'm in the year 2017. My story begins in 2028. This is the year that time travel was invented. And I chose to be part of the top secret program to send people into the future. Some people in the project, they were chosen to be sent to the year 2100. I was chosen to be sent to the year 2200. This is the furthest that anybody has been sent into the future. In fact, in 2028, time travel to the past had not yet been invented. We could only travel into the future, and we took a big risk. We didn't know if human civilization would still be around. but we did take the risk. Luckily,
Hold up, I'm gonna pause that real quick. What makes me, kind of sort of believe this guy is that what he said right there, that the fact that time travel to the past was not invented yet, just because it sounds very, very, very more complex to.
But that's like an ongoing theory. They have a lot of theories, about a lot of new ones about time.
Exactly. But it does make sense. Like, moving forward in time would be a lot. It seems like, theoretically speaking, it seems a lot easier than going back in time. Like,
why? Wouldn't it be harder? Because you don't even have one baseline to have an idea. You don't know anything. You're jumping into a black hole and hoping there's something there.
yeah, that's true. But, you have the. That makes sense. I'm not even know what I'm talking about.
I think that time could, like.
Could, like, what? I think his mic might have dropped, but here, I'm gonna keep playing the audio really quick.
Yeah, keep playing the audio. I would have rambled too much.
chosen to be sent to the year 2100. I was chosen to be sent to the year 2200. And this is the furthest that anybody has been sent into the future. In fact, in 2028, time travel to the past had not even been invented. We could only travel into the future, and we took a big risk. We didn't know if human civilization would still be around, but we did take the risk, and luckily, it was still around. And let me tell you, the world has changed far more than I could ever imagine. I can't give you too many details, but let me say this. One of the most pressing issues is the excessive amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This is causing our planet to significantly warm to the point where it's become harmful to us humans. Again, I can't say too much because I don't want to change the future for the worse, only for the better. And that's why I'm talking to you now. I'm very thankful for the fact that time travel to the past was invented by 2200. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here today. So there I was in the year 2000.
Wait, so he's saying that they were just sending people to the future with no way back.
Yep.
Just like, hey, you're gonna go see if life exists. Boom, here you go.
But then they would never find out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes no sense. How would they?
So how does he know that they didn't just fucking disintegrate them?
But maybe by the time, like 20, like he says, the year 2200.
No, I think he's saying that they made successful trips into the future, but when they did them into the past, like, they didn't know what they were doing, so he ended up at a time before it was even created at all into the future, so that's what he's stuck here.
200. I got to see how human civilization had changed, and let me tell you, it's amazing. I now needed to get home to the year 2028, but instead, we decided to send me to the year 1903. So I could see the first ever airplane fly. It worked wonderful. I got to see the Wright brothers airplane firsthand, and then the plan was to travel back to the year 2028 so I could once again see my family. After watching the Wright brothers plane fly, I went back to the time machine, which was carefully hidden from the public, but I was now alone. And I hoped to God that the machine worked, and that it would bring me back to the correct year. It worked to a degree. It succeeded in bringing me forward in the future. However, it only brought me to 2017. Where here I am, stuck in the wrong year. The time machine is broken, and I can't talk to anyone I know because it would mess up the timeline. Now I have to wait until the year 2028.
So does he just fade when 2028 comes around?
Right?
No, I guess you can go report to the one that created it after it gets formed, and maybe there was a history when he got hired. I don't know. That there would have to be a paradox there. That's the
He
time.
would have to show up at the point that he was trying
Definitely
to
a
get back.
paradox.
That's the problem with that time theory is that if he ends up meeting
gonna
the
keep
time,
doing the same thing over and over.
like for him to be that person, he would have to be like one of the soul part. Like, if time controls us all, like, is he? I don't know. That's
trippy, right?
He can just show up once he leaves.
He'll be younger. He'll be older, and the thing
So
is for
the thing is, so he'll be here, and then by the time, because it's only 10 years, almost 11 years from now, that's not too long at all. Like that is really not long at all. So 11 years from now,
If we could get a lizard on the podcast, they could probably shed some light on this shit.
dude, yeah, please, man.
where's Bieber, man?
You know what?
Yeah.
I think that dude just fucking schizo.
Me too. That's what I was saying. Like, it sounds like he's narrating. It kind of like his voice pattern. He's lying half the
He sounded like Michael Keaton. The whole time he's talking, I was thinking of Michael Keaton.
I got this audio here. Hopefully it was...
He changed time theories. Is my problem with it. Like,
Oh yeah, this is the audio of that alien being shot down
Oh yeah, that.
by the electricity gun,
I
or
don't think
like
it got shot down. I think
Or
it
he-
was just shot at.
shot at.
where
Yeah,
is it? Let me see this.
remember you and me were talking about it, that alien that got shot at by the red bullets.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, here like you can hear the bullets like shoot off. It's like a rail gun. It's like. Dang.
I think it was probably just a normal turret.
No, you haven't seen the video?
Like, sounds like a. You know what that looks like? A fucking C-RAM.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's like fucking.
Where's the video at?
It's like an automated, laser-guided fucking Vulcan cannon. Well, it's not Vulcan, but it's like a 20 or 30 millimeter, and they can have like timed release explosives on them too. Like you can use them for like anything. It could be like anti-aircraft, whatever. They could shoot like rockets out of the sky with them too.
Where's the? Can you guys post the link to the video if you guys can find it, so I can?
I'm looking for it.
I thought I had posted it on.
It looks like whatever they shot at it, it had like some kind of barrier.
Yeah, exactly, and it shot off the rest of the bullets. The rest of the bullets caught to the electricity, and like they disintegrated.
Yeah, uh-huh. Like it was.
If that was a C-RAM, like I wondered because those were like if they're ricocheting like that. It's kind of crazy. Because that's like a 20 or 30 millimeter round. Like those are meant to like go through tanks.
I don't even think it hits anything. I think it hit some kind of like field.
What do you mean?
Whatever they were shooting at had some kind of like barrier around it.
Oh no, yeah, definitely like a
magnetic or some kind of other thing, but whatever, it didn't get harmed. That's what I'm saying.
Where are you watching that though?
Oh.
I had posted the video up on the discussion board a while ago, but
It was on Tuesday.
yeah, on Tuesday. I usually have the app on my phone, so whatever you guys type, I usually get notifications on my phone, and I'm able to look at them immediately, you know? Which is pretty neat, so I'm always like aware of what's going on.
Talking about the railgun?
Yeah. I'm gonna show you guys another clip of another time traveler. The story of Sergei Paramarenko. And that one is a little fishy. There's another one that they're saying Johnny Depp is a time traveler.
Johnny Depp, huh? You remember when
do all this cocaine?
There were some crazy theories about people thinking that they had been programmed by MK Ultra and that they'll wake up and not know what they have done for the last
Alright,
week
so
or
my best, like, the best guy to listen to about MK Ultra and the Philadelphia experiment is Al Bielek. This guy apparently was on the boat during the whole experiment, and when the ship disappeared, the Philadelphia experiment is like this. They were working with electromagnetic fields to bend the light hitting the ship. They wanted to like bend the light to where it reflects whatever's on the ocean or whatever, you know, so it like makes it invisible. So they were trying to make a ship invisible from the enemy troops.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nikola Tesla was actually involved.
Yeah, exactly.
He backed out of it because he was like, no, this shit can kill people.
Exactly. So he fucking they went ahead with it. They didn't listen to Tesla, and they went at it with I think it was somebody else. I think it was Einstein or Edison or some shit. I think it was Edison. They went with it, and the ship ended up disintegrating and reappearing in another state. And like you know, then I think it's like Virginia or something like that.
All the crew is missing.
Exactly. And when it reappeared back in Philadelphia, they said that people were like morphed into the ship, you know, like from the disintegration. Apparently Al Bielek was part of that, and apparently during the 15-minute that it took for the ship to appear and to disappear and appear, he went through this whole crazy time traveling experience to the year 2100. Then he traveled back, tried to get back to this year, and like all this crazy shit that he has a full-blown story to detail on his travel experiences. It's crazy.
I actually want to watch that. I never heard of that.
Of Al Bielek, man, Al Bielek is crazy.
But then I had to look up this guy's background, like what he like to do when he was a little kid. Like, is he gonna be one of those like genius writer kids, and he's just like way too smart? It's just like,
No,
you know, like,
but listen to this one. This one's that Sergei Paramenko.
This is the story of Sergei Panamarenko.
I hate this voice, but
traveled
that's
in
all I can
time.
find.
He appeared on 2006 with a strange outfit in the streets. He had an old camera. The pictures he had taken were revealed. He took the pictures of an UFO flying low. He disappeared and reappeared 50 years later. I think this could be even a movie. This is the first part of the investigation. This is the story of Sergei Panamarenko. On 2006, a man was lost in Kiev, Ukraine. He had a camera and clothes like a tourist. He said he had come from the past, that he went outside to take some pictures. Then he saw an UFO. He took a picture and traveled to the future. An extraordinary case with documents and pictures. It was analyzed by the psychologist Parliku Tricot.
So he was just wandering around town. He went outside, took a picture of an alien because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a picture." He takes several pictures before he takes a picture of the UFO, and then he takes a picture of the UFO. He blinks, he's in the future. That's pretty much what's going on.
This was studied by the expert. Team Posner investigations show he traveled past.
Wow, that sounds horrible. What's going on?
Psychologist Parliku.
Discord.
Yeah, it is a Discord. You are correct.
So, there. Is that better?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, let me play it again.
This is what they're arguing. Whenever the president finds the entry of any alien,
the entry.
Ukraine. He had a half a century in time. In pictures, it was analyzed by the psychologist Parliku Tricot. This was studied by the expert. Vadim Posner investigations show he traveled half a century in time. It might all be caused by an UFO. This is the story of Sergei Panamarenko. There are evidences that show he traveled in time. This was presented by Channel 1+1 that presented the evidence of the case of Sergei Panamarenko. They present it on the documentary called His Name, Sergei Panamarenko, was born in the city of Kiev on June 1932. But I assure you, has more than 30 years. I have 25 years. But you can remember as it was appeared in our time. It was daylight and I wanted to take a walk through the city, take my camera, but when I left my house, I saw a strange object in the sky that had a bell. It was very rare and was flying in a very strange way. It is difficult to explain what I was seeing. Better develop the pictures from my camera and then maybe we find the answer. Dr. Kutrikov requested the picture to be revealed.
So he gets the pictures revealed and they end up being a century-old pictures. But they're like, how can they have this?
What do you mean a century-old picture?
Like when they get the film, they're like, how did you keep this, like, or not century, like this, you know, 30-decade old, you know, no, he traveled from 1960 to 2006. So,
oh, you mean like as soon as he took the picture, he was like in a different time? Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever they considered him to be crazy because he was wearing clothes from the past and all that. So he was like, look at the camera, you know, look at the pictures and you'll see what I was talking about. So they what did you call that? When they look at the pictures, they
develop.
Yeah, there we go. They developed the pictures. They were literally from 1960, from everything that he was doing that day. And they were like, how can this be possible and be this intact if they're this old? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they went on about it, and apparently he went back to his house here at the end. Let me see if I can...
It was always recorded. The windows of the room had recorded this moment.
Yeah, right
Sergei,
here.
picture of the UFO, his last memory before traveling 50 years into the future. He spoke to Dr. Kutrikov. The Sergei went to his room, this room. The security camera recorded this moment. Sergei never came out. After this moment, Panamarenko disappeared. The only way out was always recorded. The windows of the room had bars. It was impossible just to escape like that. Even police went looking for Sergei. It was confirmed he lived during the Soviet Union era. This man was alive then. He was reported missing. He disappeared on 1960. The woman was Valentina Kulik, Sergei's girlfriend. She was living in Ukraine. She was asked regarding the pictures. Valentina had more picture of those days. When she was girlfriend of Panamarenko, the police told Valentina what happened with Panamarenko. She cried. She never saw him again. The case of Sergei Panamarenko shows an UFO might have taken a man ahead in time. He went to the future, a possibility of other intelligences traveling in time.
That's crazy.
Couldn't have been people.
Like, that's crazy, right? Like, they went and looked at the records of this guy from the 1960 and he, like, disappeared in that era, too. Like, he just...
Yeah.
So, he's just like, aliens just took him, dude. Wow. I mean, that's kind of trippy shit to me. Like, that really makes me question a lot of things.
But it could just be, what if it was like time travelers that just picked them up? Why aliens? You know?
Exactly, yeah. What if, like, by him taking the picture, it caused a little, like, time distortion because the machine was traveling in time or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So crazy. Alright guys, we're gonna take a quick smoke break and then we'll be right back. I got some crazy 5 aliens caught on camera video coming up.
Yeah.
That one, and we can see if we can debunk them or not.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And I got another important, or kind of important. It is kind of conspiracy. It is not. It kind of can be fact about the China, China. What's it called? Not asteroid. The things that float in space. Satellite, yeah, crashing onto Earth. So we got some pretty good topics coming up, guys. Stay tuned. We're gonna play this song while we're gone. If I can find it. And we are back. Alright, guys. Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed those little tunes brought to you by Aaron.
What happened to Elizabeth Taylor?
That's Aaron. He has work tomorrow morning, early in the morning. I don't know how early, but I gotta work at 7 too. But it's okay. No big deal. Is Mr. Slipper's back? Cool deal. Your mic sounds like you're from far away.
You're from how far away from him does he sound like?
Are you being racist?
What? Yeah. I'm so confused. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna play the 5 aliens caught on video.
Dude, this video.
It kind of creeps me out. I'm gonna start playing it at 45 seconds. So if anybody wants to start it at 45 seconds. So we're all, yeah, in 3, 2, 1.
Number 5, Alien in the Cemetery.
Alien in the Cemetery.
2005, an individual was walking through what appears to be a historical cemetery, filming the antiquated headstones. This individual
where did you start, or where you at?
101, 102, 103, 104, 105.
A small alien-like creature appears from behind a large tombstone, clearly curious about the man. His grayish-brown skin nearly blends perfectly with the tombstone, so it's easy to see how the man could have missed this miraculous sighting at the time it occurred. Number 4.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there before number 4. I'm at 125. Yeah.
27.
So, you guys think that was real or fake?
The one in the cemetery?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Looks like CGI to me.
Yeah.
So you think?
Yeah. The thing, look at how it's standing. It doesn't look natural at all.
Well, of course it's an alien.
No, I mean like the way it's standing. It still has eyes. It still has a torso. It still has shoulders. And it's supposedly curious about him and looking at him, but it's like squared. You know, like you did martial arts, dude. His shoulders are square, facing at him, but then its face is like, it's not alive. You know, that's not an angle. Anything that would be looking at something interesting in a cemetery would be looking at like it's just looking at its shoulder, like, you know.
But that head though, and it's like super skinny too. The arms are fucking long as hell too, like.
And when it steps out, it looks like it gets pushed out.
He is not looking at the guy with the camera.
No, I know, but like
it's weird. Like he looks like he's looking out at something else behind him.
Looks like the Cloverfield monster.
Alright, number 4, 127.
This video is from a remote village in Mexico. In 2015, a man heard.
I'm gonna skip it to 153.
Behind him makes the man realize he's been looking in the wrong place. As he turns, a tall, slender, alien-like creature can be spotted on his roof.
I'm gonna pause at the creature right here at 203.
Yeah, that's pretty strange.
Like, that's creepy.
That is, like, its neck is not.
The way the legs are too, like it's just.
It looks really big.
Look at the heel and where the toes would be. The root is lower, like his ankle. He has like 2 ankle, like. Yeah, he has 2 ankles.
That's crazy, yeah.
There's 2 bones sticking out. It's like his like shin bone splits into like 2 big knobs at the bottom or something. I don't know.
I'm putting in a like 1080p, hold up.
It has 1080p?
That's as far as YouTube will allow me. dang, and the way it crawls out of the roof, like, so, like,
Yeah, see how that one looks like it's acting like something, and it's not just like
That looks a little CGI
floating
though.
to the
Like,
left. But yeah, that could be really good CGI on the blurry filter. But
I don't know, dude, like, it looks very real, just the fact that in reality, if you go out of your backyard, you see something like that, you're not gonna go after it either. You're just gonna be like spot on, like that thing is bigger than you.
and the weight on it, like
Yeah, I know. It's just like you're just like and you're just looking at him, and you're just like shit, and he's looking at you, confused as hell too, because he wasn't expecting to get caught, and then
he was screeching though, wasn't he?
yeah, he was making noises like so. You just both look at each other and you're just like, holy fuck, what's going on? What's gonna happen? As soon as he moves, I would freak the fuck out too. I would like, oh shit, he went to the roof, I'm gonna go back inside. Close all the doors, close all the windows, close everything. Lock myself in a room. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Against somebody that something like that? Ooh.
But why against?
I grabbed my AK.
That's scary, dude. I mean, that guy's bigger than you. That's
But
like,
it's not doing anything. It's
you don't know.
doing the same thing you are, you know, like.
You don't know what's going on. He has better technology, better fucking. Who the
Then
fuck?
why would he be screeching naked on a roof? Maybe it's just like the experiments people are doing are like making dimensional versions of you like vibrate in this universe, you know?
Or that thing like just escaped from like a government facility.
Or that too.
that's the bong talking right there.
Hey, it's conspiracy thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna skip to the number 3. This one I do not believe at all. I think this is the most stupid. I think this should be number like 20 in any video. This is not believable at all.
Skip to where?
I'm going to 240, 245.
Turns back towards the car and is shocked to see an unidentified creature walking across the road. The 3 guys begin to freak out and flee back to the car, but the strange creature seemed to have disappeared altogether.
Yeah, I could make that gap and hide behind the car.
Okay, yeah, easily. Like, if you pause it, well, he's like right in the middle of the road, or he's like taking a step. It's like he's like half a step in. It's a dude in a fucking suit wearing a mask, walking casually across the fucking street.
Suit when the sun hits him like right in the face and he looks away, like.
Yeah, it's
And then as soon as he looks at the camera, he points it down and starts running.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like if you look at the gap where the alien was at towards the car, like right there's sprint.
I stopped it.
If you post the camera back,
Check it out. I stopped it at 259. I stopped it at 259. Like right on 259. There is a shadow on the middle of the street.
Oh, is there?
But there's nothing there.
And it looks weird and blurry too. I see it completely now. You see how the plant kind of fades into like the back horizon and it looks like blurred in a cloud. That whole side of the road is Photoshop. Like why would that bush on the right be so blurry? It looks like it's a fucking cliff and then it's just like a backdrop. And look at that mountain in the back. Like it's so distracting by the video that you don't notice that the whole side is PCBR.
I don't know. Number 2. Number
Like, they
2.
blurred out a lot.
Number 2 creeps me out a lot, dude. Like I don't know what it is about this one, but this one gives me the chills. I'm at 303. 304. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 304. Go.
Little is known about the origins of this footage, except that it was recently filmed. A group of guys are filming their journey down a road when somebody off camera claims to have seen something strange while traveling under an overpass. One of the group members grabs the camera and they walk across the road. There, hiding behind a large concrete pillar, is a strange-looking creature that makes an eerie, high-pitched noise related to approach. Seeing the creature,
I mean, that could have been a crackhead.
the guys quickly
Yeah. Just some like really cracked out dude, like no hair.
Yeah. It looked like that albino dude from that movie, like he gets like hit by lightning or whatever.
I don't know. I keep replaying it from 333.
more, the guys quickly retreat out of fear. More, the guys quickly retreat out of more.
That looks so creepy.
Number one.
Number 1, I'm gonna skip it to 354.
On with Mr. Reeves. Zooming in, he's shocked to see an alien observing him from several yards away.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about that one. So what do you guys think about that one? The one under the bridge.
I think it's a crackhead with no hair.
It looks pretty blurry. I don't know. Can't tell what that is.
But my question is, why are all aliens bald? Have you noticed that?
Because in the theory of like evolution, you do become hairless as you evolve, you know. And if they can travel here, I guess it could be assumed that they've like lived longer to develop that technology, so they've probably like evolved past hair.
That's fucking crazy. What about number 1? I'm at 402.
I think number 1 looks 2D as fuck. If you pause it exactly at 402, it looks like a picture.
Several yards away.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, that one's just. I don't know why that's number 1.
Yeah, exactly. I think number 1 should have been number 4. The number 4 was the most believable out of all of those.
And that could still be like Papa Franco with a like pineapple on his head and the costume tied above it, you know? Put some stilts on that bitch, like. But no, that one was.
There was this one that I saw. It was like 5. It was one of those top 5 things, but it was like not made by the same guys. It was made by a different guy, and it was about like strange teleportations and weird creatures caught on camera by CCTV.
Yeah.
And there's one in Japan, like where it's like this huge flood is going through the city, and all of a sudden, out of the water, this like huge like weird creature like creeps out. Like he like creeps out. You can see it creeping out, and he blends in.
UFO thing. It looks pretty CGI.
Yeah, I think so too. I just want to go ahead to 26.
Wait, what happens though?
Oh, I think he was just drunk and.
Yeah, no, like.
Oh wait, no! Even the truck. Holy crap!
It's like everybody just fucks up right there.
Yeah, it's like there's like a what?
Like everybody can see something.
Or it looks like a wire gets pulled or something. Like, wow, that's crazy. Oh, what? And all right, so we're number 9, and we are at let's go ahead to go to 1 minute straight. You guys ready?
Wait, I'm still looking at the trucks.
Okay, yeah, no, let's go back to the truck. That was really trippy. I can't.
Let's it over and over for a while and talk about this shit, dude. Like, what?
So
look at what they're doing. Look at their cars.
So I'm playing it back to 25.
Yeah.
25 seconds. The car trips out. The car behind him trips out too. What?
Like there's something crossing the road and avoid it. Like there's something they can't hit. They're trying not to hit something.
Hey, I think the Discord kind of messed up again.
That's like mercy for, you know?
Hey, I think the Discord sounds very choppy and it's that or like.
Oh shit! I'm about to die. I swear to. It could be that.
Wait, what's going on with Discord? It really sounds weird.
Oh, turn down the bitrate more, bro.
You're in charge of all that, man. Come on.
Órale.
There we go. Cool. Alright, so I'm playing it again on the truck. Alright, the truck moves and it starts swerving. The two trucks just randomly lose control. It's like they're automatically stopped by a wall, dude. So,
You're talking about number 8?
number 10. I'm still number 10, dude. In 41 seconds.
Wait, where's that other truck? That first truck?
Alright, so
The truck.
at 46 seconds, the truck just starts swerving, and the truck behind it, it hits a wall. There's no wall there. That's crazy.
No, a truck appears out of nowhere. That truck doubles. He's going along on his own lane. and the
Holy
truck just
shit, you
appears
are
out of the
right.
wall. There's one lane and one truck, because look at the bus right before that.
Holy
And then
crap,
it
dude.
doubles, dude. Did you see that?
Wait, what?
A truck appears out of the wall.
Like sideways, like straight
Do
sideways.
you see it now? From 55. Look at it from 55.
Oh my god, dude.
What the fuck?
Clicking 53, dude.
That shit just doubles, like what? And the wall is not even broken.
It's just like coming out of
Alright, let's move on to number
this
9.
cloud and light.
Holy shit, that's creepy. Alright, number 9.
He just gets clotheslined by nothing.
There's nothing in front of him before that, though. Like,
Boom! Dude, he gets hit hard.
it's like
He gets hit hard.
the universe is vibrating into another one or something.
It's like, boom!
Shit is there, yeah.
He fucking hit something in his
He
head.
stops, dude, like, and he tries to grab it, though.
Boom! That creeps me the fuck out. Alright, I need to stop that for a second and gather myself. Alright, number 8.
It's gotta be some kind of something rigged.
Whoa, what the fuck? And the people cross the street like nothing's happening. Okay.
The lady takes a step back. They all step away from.
Even the people driving by, they're like, holy crap, what the hell just happened?
I mean, anyone would, like, but what is?
They literally, and the car too, the car's on the right. You see, and the car's on the right too, it's like the back wheels are up, and the
Like
truck.
a really strong random magnetic field right there.
Alien just tried to pick up everybody.
Or there could just be like an abnormality of a energy there, you know, like if they're
Holy crap. Alright, number 7. What's going on number 7? He's driving along the right lane. Car cuts in front of him. And there's a person. What? Oh no, I read about this one. Okay, so apparently there's a dude right there on the sidewalk.
that door could have opened. Oh, on the sidewalk.
Yeah, and he got ran over by the sidewalk. But no, wait. No, he literally...
But there's nothing on the sidewalk. What? There's absolutely no one on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it looks like he comes out of the car.
I thought he could have come, but look at the wheels. Look at the wheels when he appears. Under the wheels. See, that looks so fucking weird. He has to come out of that door. Or you would have seen his feet. See what I mean? He comes out of the tire.
Yeah, there's nobody on the road either.
Okay, so I'm replaying it slowly, and if you watch the stream, there's like a second to where there's a foot that appears before anything else, and then his back appears like. What?
Yeah, it looks like he just gets fucking pushed out of the car really fast. No, but it looks like he just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, because the door doesn't seem to be.
And 24.
But also the mirror gets hit.
Yeah, the mirror gets hit. Afterward, the side view mirror is like broken, so he couldn't have come out of the door, unless he came out of the door.
Come out of the green car, I guess, and then hit the tire and bounced off. Unless he was on the road, like. In the
yeah.
Because that.
Okay, so the green car slows down.
Yeah.
You see,
so he
notice.
could have been in that blind spot.
You see the green car slows down. There's no car in front of him, and then all of a sudden, boom. Oh no! Wait, what?
But there was no one ever on the road.
In between them, yeah. Somebody's alarm is going off.
At that exact moment. But that's
crazy.
That's CG. Like it has to be, unless it's fucking real. He just appeared out of nowhere.
Number 6 is just shit flying everywhere in the house. That's creepy as hell.
Does it fly? Like, how does it fly?
So let's play that one more time, really.
Could be a guy in a green suit.
Yeah, right?
Definitely could be. It looked like 3 people could have done that.
Yeah.
With a bunch of those strings.
Like if some stuff was like just like going into like the center of the room and exploding, there would be.
yes. Or just like let it do like something that couldn't be traced with a string in a like specific location.
Alright, I'm skipping to
from that hallway on the left, that hallway on the right, or like it pulls back towards the table.
I'm skipping to 349. Oh yeah, I saw that one. And then he gets up and then he gets struck by lightning again. That was fake. It's apparently it was like a CGI. Yeah, that one got debunked. Because they looked up the records of the TV and the records of the film, and there was no rain, no anything that day at that specific time.
And his clothes aren't burnt.
Exactly.
Zeus.
It was God's lightning.
Alright, I'm skipping to 524.
Like his hair would be curling, he would be on fire and shit.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
No, I don't believe this because this is in an Asian country and they would have just shot her.
Yeah. And that's probably an act on the street, honestly.
Yeah.
That was awful.
If China, they would definitely just put her up against the wall and shoot her.
Yeah. They would have
Definitely.
already shot her at that point, for sure.
558. Whoa, what?
Wait, what?
I don't know, there's a dude. This car's appearing out of nowhere. It's kind of tripping me out.
I don't understand this third one. What's the paradox?
There's no car coming.
There's no car coming. Wait.
Like
Yeah.
they even rewind it for you, and they're like the car disappears halfway through the, like I see it's reversing, and it's gone.
It's like it appears from that exact angle.
Yeah, that's so weird. But there's nothing prior to that. That's
The thing, like, why would you be filming that car like that? Like,
maybe he's just filming the road. You know, he's just like da 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 da. Oh, look at that town over there. Look at that. Boom. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I see it now. That was weird.
You see, I think he.
play 59 over.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I see it, like, it appears right after. It could just be timing and bad video. Because the minute he crosses that red car, you can see the tail of the other car kind of to the left of it. And that could just be blur of video, but that shit, nah, that's not anything weird. Like, it comes out of the red car right.
No. Check it out. Check it out.
Just misses like a frame.
You see right
There's
here.
like 3
I have
or
it
4 frames missing in the video.
at 6:01. There's the hood of the car coming out. There's nothing behind the car. There's
There's something behind the car. Play 59 over and over.
I did. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and then look at the boundary of the light. The last corner of the first car is like the light. It's where the light ends, and then it expands, and there's a fat black thing that just zooms by past it too. You can see the back of the car the instant it crosses like the red car, and because they're both black, it kind of like just blurs into a fat like blob that's way bigger than with the where the light edge is.
I see that.
Crazy. Number 2.
Yeah, so that's just a regular old accident.
And also the cars can easily cover that little car. Those cars that are parked.
There's 2 lines of parked cars, and like it just looks weird because it's far.
What the fuck? That's fake. The guy's like smiling about it.
The little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just silly.
Alright, number 1. Let's see what number 1 is about. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, Bell, dude, I would be running. What the hell?
So she's tripping up, like.
She's like bleeding. Oh, she's stabbing herself in the vagina. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh my god. There's blood everywhere. I would be run, dude. You took too long to run.
That was weird.
She could be on bath salts.
Yeah, that's totally plausible.
Wow.
Or that Flocka stuff. Have you seen people on
Yeah, dude, that
Yeah.
Flocka is nuts.
Like, cause that was just like intensity, way too much intensity, you know? Like, she could just be like frustrated in life and she started tripping balls about it, and then she, you know, that like, it was all human. It was just like way too far out there.
Alright, yes, before we end, I got one last clip to play, because we're running out of time.
China says Tiangong-1 will fall to Earth next year. China says its first space lab, Tiangong-1, will likely fall back to Earth in the second half of 2017, which seems to confirm speculation that it has already lost control of the spacecraft. China's Tiangong-1 spacecraft is currently orbiting Earth at an altitude of 370 kilometers, which is about 30 kilometers lower than the orbit of the International Space Station.
Can you link that?
Tiangong-1 stopped sending data back to Earth in March this year.
Yeah, I can find it.
Chinese authorities estimate the spacecraft will fall back to the Earth in the second half of 2017, with most of its parts burning up during re-entry. According to Xinhua News, China will continue to monitor Tiangong-1, send out warnings for possible collisions with objects, and report the forecast of its falling internationally if necessary. See a story that really should be animated?
So, there's this spacecraft, or like the satellite that they put up there, that were trying to, so what their whole goal was, they were trying to build this first like man-controlled spacecraft to start sending people up there so people can start living in space throughout the years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was their goal. So they sent a piece out, and their goal was to send another piece out, and the piece would go all the way up there and connect with that satellite. And then they would send another piece that would connect with that other satellite, you know what I mean? So they would just keep sending pieces up there that would connect into this huge like space station.
Do you have the link?
And I can find it. I'll send it to you right after the podcast. And they lost control of the first part before they sent the second part up there. When the second part was trying to reconnect with the first part, they couldn't do it because they couldn't control the first. They lost control of the first one. So now they have this huge, giant, like half-connected satellite that's flying down to Earth, like orbiting, like slowly losing, you know, altitude, entering the Earth atmosphere, and they say it's gonna burn up, but dude, that's 4, 5, 6, 7 ton of metal. You know what I mean?
I mean, is it designed to burn up?
I don't know. That's their speculation by their math.
Well, I mean, if they have the measures of it like any other physicist to, well, I'll Google it.
China also doesn't really have the funding.
Yeah.
Here, I got...
So they're like, oh, let's put all this stuff up in space. And it's like, oh, wait a minute, we don't have the money to upkeep it.
Into the ocean.
Crashes in Earth.
So, all in all, guys, we're all being controlled by the government and the supposedly Illuminati and aliens, and we're all in a loophole of time travel.
I could believe that.
Schizophrenic time travelers with time travel insurance.
And we're all supposed to die pretty soon, according to a lot of people saying Planet Nehru's
Oh no, but that's just too dumb, man.
coming down
Telescope
person.
still works.
A lot of people, it's one guy who's been wrong like 4 times.
Didn't you guys, what was it, that video that the guy was like, oh look, it's Planet Nibiru next to the sun.
Oh yeah, well it looks like fucking lens flare.
Yeah, that is lens flare, it's just the angle. But I used to play with my camera and do cooler shit than that.
Oh hey,
Look at
Has
that.
that guy said anything since? Because he said it was like, wasn't it like October 16th?
We should have died already, yeah.
Yeah, now I bet you it's like December 16th or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like an actual video footage of like.
Oh, the thing we're really due to die from is fucking Yellowstone. Yellowstone's gonna kill everyone.
That's what I think too.
What's going on with Yellowstone?
Earthquakes.
Yeah.
Yellowstone causes the next ice age, and it's overdue by like 1,000 years or something.
There's another one right here. According to some people.
Yeah, that's actually a type of lens flare. That's actually in front of the lens, not behind it. That's a reflection on like a darkened lens of a camera.
Yeah, but you know how like crazy that like it's weird how the clouds are in front of it.
There's no like additional light from that second sun on that cloud though. It doesn't get more intense than the other cloud's edge. Like that dot is in front of the sun, but it's like you put a polarized. They have like sunglasses over a camera lens. Think of it that way. Because they're filming straight into the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, that second one even more so.
Yeah.
Orbiting. But it.
And if like there was a planet like that close in the sky, like dude, fucking
There would be tidal waves.
to see that shit.
Not only that, there would be tidal waves. There would be fucking storms, earthquakes. Like the gravity would probably start being
That's
different.
that would be like closer than the moon.
Even if it's not that huge a planet, would have such a like. You know how far away Saturn and Jupiter are away from us. Like if they were closer to us, we would probably get sucked in or hit by their asteroid fields and shit. Like it
What about this one?
does not compute.
I'm just like skipping through it. I think that might just be the moon, bro.
Yeah, that looks like the moon.
I'm pretty sure that's the one.
It's the Buru. It's the Buru.
Yeah, like he keeps saying.
Like 39. It's the fucking moon.
Yeah, no, before then, dude, like, the first time he looks out the fucking window, at 15, that's the moon. 14.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, with that being said, Nibiru's coming down and we're gonna fucking die. Alright, what's gonna be the outro song? Right here, I got it played. So I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast for the night. It was a little bit crazy. We finally made it a 2 hour long one, but I kind of enjoyed our topic. So, what's gonna be the topic for next time, guys? Any ideas yet?
Conspiracy.
Oh no, Shelby wanted to do one about ghosts and spooky stories since it's Halloween. Kind of makes sense.
Sounds good.
Alright, so next podcast is gonna be spooky.
Where's the calendar? What's the 31st?
Oh, it lands on the 31st itself?
Like, we could do it on Tuesday.
No, Thursday's fine.
A Tuesday in 2 weeks. That's when the 31st is.
Yeah.
Not next week, but the following week.
Yeah, and I guess people are out on Halloween.
Yeah, so we'll just do it regularly on Thursday. So.
I am gonna be out, so I'm not gonna be here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, here's some music for you guys.
Then it won't matter if you speak Spanish or not.
There you go.
Suggest stories to Tomo News now.
Last week.
No doubt. Yeah. You know how we did it on the Infamous album, right? Alright. So we gonna do it again, son. Yeah. Laid up in the cut. Watch these rap niggas fuck you up. Dig your shorty guts, get the bit to set you up. It's the most striking. 44 shot disciple, take kindness for a weakness, so I won't be so kind to niggas coming through. I gave you birth, kid. I'm son of you, the infamous. Got PCs for days you wanna do. Townships, fucking shit. Can we down soon?